Just behind me is the famous Grotto of Lourdes, and right below is the River Gave. The water is running down from the Pyrenees Mountains. Now it's about 6 feet below the level of the plaza where the grotto is located, but last week there was so much rain, there were floods, and the grotto had to be closed. 5 years ago it had to be closed for quite a few months, but after that they put in some kind of new ways of getting rid of the water more quickly, so they were able to reopen the grotto very quickly, because each day there are masses. Many people want to come to the grotto. You're able to go inside and see that miraculous spring of water. Saint Bernadette, as I mentioned, felt the grotto was like her heaven. It was a place where she could pray. When she first would go down there, when the apparitions were going on, all the people were coming. They wanted to see Bernadette. They wanted to see what she was like. And she impressed them with her piety, with her prayerfulness, with her recollection, with the way she blessed herself. And then Our Lady, when the miraculous spring came, asked her to do some interesting things, kiss the ground, drink from this water, and there was a bit of mud there. She had mud on her face, and eat from the grass there. And Bernadette did it so openly. She did what Our Lady asked. She was a simple girl from the country, and when she was asked to do something, she was obedient. Now, it's not easy being a visionary. The people in town were judging her and wondering what was going on here. The mayor was trying to figure out what was going on. There was a lot of secularism in France at that time, so a lot of the town officials were afraid of ridicule or all kinds of strange things that might happen. And even the parish priests were afraid of what might happen, so they didn't go down there. They didn't want to be involved at first. And Our Lady would ask Bernadette to go and ask that a chapel be built here on this spot. Eventually the chapel would become this great basilica, but for the priest, the pastor, to be convinced to build that chapel, he wanted to know Our Lady's name, and he wanted her to miraculously make flower some of the vines that were nearby. And it was in February, so it would have been a miraculous thing for those things to flower at that time. Bernadette would ask Our Lady often, "What is your name? Please give me your name," because she knew if she didn't get the name, the chapel would not be built. And very often Our Lady would just smile and would not give her name. But finally, Bernadette asked 3 times, "I would be very grateful if you would reveal to me your name." And so finally Our Lady said, "I am the Immaculate Conception." And after that, the pastor began to be convinced, and it wasn't long after that that things began to change, and eventually the chapel was built, and it has now become this great basilica. So visionaries have a very specific calling by God. It's not easy to be a visionary. You're judged. But we thank God for St. Bernadette, for her willingness to be obedient to God, and we want to follow her example.